would think there's a reason. Get out of there. Hello, hello. Good evening, guys. Good evening.
Mr. Rivera, sir, how are you doing today? Mr. Rivera, how are you doing today?
How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Small action today, huh? It's like 52.
Yeah.
Small action. Where'd she go?
Okay, Mr. Lewis. Got two. Let's do this.
Perfect, thank you. Right here. I know. Real quick. Here.
Which one of these didn't have a motor? One of them did. Yeah.
Sir, you're gonna have about 1 minute to go see those cars. Yeah, that's the option.
All right, hey, good evening, everyone. Okay, fine. Welcome here to Keystone 20. This is our weekly Thursday evening auction. My name is Ron. If you have any issues, let us know and we'll get you back on track. Do keep in mind, everything is sold on lien sale paperwork unless we tell you otherwise, in which case there may be a title to it at the house of county title. All right. Cars that come in with keys, we don't charge for those, so we happen to make a key in order to start a vehicle. That should be printed out on your list there, and I'll do my best to remind you what that key charge is part of the bidding process, because I will be added on to your purchase price. The only other amount we do here at the auction is that 10% property tax. That goes back to the city of LA on each and every vehicle, so keep you aware of that, okay? Okay. We've been open for an hour, and there's a reason for that. Before you come in and take a look at the vehicles here, we do sell everything that says this condition. Exactly the way it came into the yard. There are no guarantees, warranties of any kind. Either express one apply, house to the make, the model, the year, the color, or anything else. So what you see is what you get, okay? That's the way it is. All right, here this auction, when we say sold, you need to get up out of your chair if you're on site buyer, come up with the one that way you're registered there and complete your transaction. We will take cash, U.S. currency. We'll take MasterCard, Visa, and debit cards, as long as those cards in your name, but registered bidder. All right, that's the way that'll work there. If you're online, we welcome you one and all, but do come in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. To 12 noon to pay for your vehicles and get your cars out. All right, on-site people, if you can't get your car out tonight, don't panic. We'll give you a 12 noon tomorrow to get your vehicle released. All right, otherwise you pay a penalty fee for 2 days worth of storage. All right. Okay, I don't think we have any 10-day holds today, so I think everything is going to go out the door. And looking at my list, that is correct. All right. Anybody have any questions? Very good, because nobody up here has any answers. So let's do it. All right, number one. Here we go, guys. Here comes an 09 Honda Civic car. Hey, guys, can I get you to turn your light off? Can you turn your light off for me, please? Hey, turn it off. Okay, thank you. Okay, on the 09 Honda Civic car guys, 4 minutes, they're right here, 800. He said 4, 5.5 and 6 there, high. How about 6 out of 50, 15, gonna go 50 down here, how about a quarter here, 600, 6 and a quarter, a quarter high, 6 out of 50, 50, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half. I already got 25, give me half. I got a half, 75, 675, 675, money 6 and a half. 675, 75, 7, happy here now, 7 and a quarter, and a quarter and a half, 750, 51. How about 757 and a quarter, 750, 75, 75, 800, 8 here, 8, right here now, quarter, here, 8, a quarter, guys are both up. How about an 8, 25, 8, over here, 8 and a quarter, 8 and a half. 850, now 875, 875. 875, 900 down, 9, 9 here, 9, now quarter, and a quarter for that. But no, the quarter here, you need a quarter, we sold the tank. 900 dollars, and let's see, number 99 device come off my credit, here's number 2, here comes the old 1 camera card. Right, that's good for the zoning on the minute, but this is a by the window, the time. All right, here we go down, here it is, somebody get down the sign. How about down? Well, getting there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. And there'll be 9 here, 9 here, 9, we go 9, now, $1,000. And now, and over here, 1100, he's on, I got 10 and a half there. I need 11, go 11 here, 1175, 175. How about 1075, we go 75, 75, 75, here, we now 11, now 4, are you ready? If you're gonna bid, don't bid like an old lady, bid like a girl, bid like a man, 11 a quarter, 11 and a half. How about a half, now 75, 1175, 11 and a half, 1175, 1175, 75, 75, here we have silver tank. 1150, 1150, numbers 97, 57. Here's number 3. Here comes the 2017, here we got a 173. 8 1 quarter hundred, 96, I got 1, 6, 7, how about 8? You wanna go 8? Now 8, now half, then 9, and a half, and a thousand, and a half, and 11, and a half, and 12, and a half, 13. How about 13, 13, 13 and a half, 14, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, 16, 16, now a half, now 17, 17 and a half, 18 and a half, and 19 and a half, and 2 grand, now a half. How about 2,050, 21, 21, now a half, 21 and a half, 22. How about 21 and a half, 22 and a half, now 3, you know, so 23 and a half, and 4 and a half, and 5 and a half. 25 and a half, 26, now a half, now 7. How about 27, you're gonna go 7, 7 here, where did that go? 26 and a half. 7, online, now half, now 8, now half, and a half. 28, 50, now 9, 29, that's 50, and that's 50 right here, 3 grand, 31, how about 31 to the number, give me 1, 3 grand back there. How about 31, now 2, 32, now 3, you gotta go 3, 33, get around. How about 33, 4, 34, 35, return. How about 35, 35 right now, minus 34, 35, online, 36, 37, 38. How about 38, minus 37 here, 38. How about 38, 39, 800, 800 down here, and I have silver, back row, at 3700, 3700, what's the number? 156. 156. 22. $80 Keystone counters, it goes on, 400 minutes, 7 Southeast title, Hoover Townsend. I got time to go, hey, you can pop that on. How about 5, how about a bucks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you gotta go 9, 8 and a half, now 9. How about 9, you gotta go 9, no, 1,000, and a half. How about a half, and then we got the 11, he's 10 and a half there, 11, 75, not 11. How about 11 here, 10, 75, 11, not quarter and a half, and a half, 75, you gotta go 75, 11 and a half on site. 11, 75 over here, not 12. How about 12, 12 over here, not quarter, how about 12 and a quarter, guys, 12 over here now. About 12 and a quarter, down here, quarter, now half. How about a half? Now 75. Gotta go 12.75? 12.75. You want to bid? Put your hand up. 12.75, 75 here, now 13. 13 and a quarter. He's going to shout. 13 and a quarter. How about quarter and a quarter here, 13 and a quarter? And the quarter is going to be, how much yet? So the thing, at $1,300, and there is, 97. And here's number 5, here comes up only 16. That goes on, guys, for on, other than that, what do you do here? So we up here, at about 1,500. I got 1,000 there. Now, but later on, here, on another, now 13, 14, gonna get 14, 15, one side at 14, 15. I got a 15 and a half, 16 and a half, 17 and a half, and 18, gonna go 18, money's here, 17, 18, no half, 18. But 18, no half, no 2 grand. How much you gonna go? You're gonna get 2, no half, only 50, 21, only one to the other. But 21, no half, 21, 50, no 2, we got back in the 22, 21 and a half, 22, what do you say? But 22 $100 and we shoulder time. 21.50 online, hey, there we go. That's a 99 on the set. I mentioned, they're gonna give me 800. I got to get more than I said, only $400, I'm gonna go for, I got a quarter and a half. Are you there? 4.5, 75 pounds, 500. But 500, 85, I'm gonna go 500 there, $500, 500 there, 500, and we sold it. Thanks. Holy 75, online, right? Here we go. I just said, I said, well, 12 machines, well, like that, so they're on. I'm gonna say, you should 5, 6. You want to do 6? Not about a half, now 6. How about 6? Now half. 6 and a half. I get 6 up here. 6 and about 50. And that's 50, no 7, that's 50, 50, gotta go 50. Now 8, that's 50, no 50, no 1,000, that's 50. That's 50, I got 1,000 right there. 10 and a half. 10 and a half. Hands up, 10 and a half, 11 and a half, now 12. How about 12 here, 11 and a half on the side, 12? But guys, don't be like an old lady. Just keep strong. 12 and a half, 13. How about 13? 12 and a half outside. I got 13 no half, 14 and a half, 14 and a half, 15 and a half, 16 and a half over here, 17. How about 17 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 2 grand, you got 2 and a half, now 1, now I got one on the side, now half. You got a 1?
I got 1.
And a half. Give me half. 21 and a half. Now 2. How about 22? We're outside. 21 and a half. 22 online. 22 and a half. I can't see. 22 and a half. 23. How about 23? There's a 3. Okay. Now half. 23 and a half. 4. How about 24? There's a 400. 4 and a half. 24 and a half. And 5. How about 25? 25 and a half. Okay. Now half. How about half? And then 6. 26. Online. 25 and a half. 26, half. How about a half? Right on site, 26, 26 and a half, 27, 27, now half, now 800, now 8, and 28, now half, and 9 and a half, a little slow, now 3 grand. How about 3? You gotta go 3 grand, 3 grand, 3 grand, you gotta go 3, now 1, now 2, 32, $100 poker table now, 31, 32. How about 32? You gotta get 2, then 3, you gotta get 33, so. How about 3? No, I got 32 here, 33. No, so that's 3,200 on. Here's another E-car, now E-car. Let's see the CLS. That runs down, for what do you do here? About 1,500. I got 1,011. You wanna go 11? How about 11? I already got 10. 11. How about 11? They can give you 5. 50, quarter and a half. How about a half? 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. How about a 50, you're gonna go 50, you're 75, you're gonna go 75, 1075. What do you say? How about 1075? Now 1100 and a quarter, 11 here, 11 and a quarter, and a half. How about a half? 11 and a quarter is on the side, 11 and a half. How about 50? You're gonna go 50, 11 and a half, 50. Okay, now 75, 1175. 1175, 11.5, 1175. How about 75 sold? It's already gone. Sold. Look at the club. 1150 on. You got it. Here's number 9. Here you go with the phone. 50. Sugar line, Tommy Taylor, yeah, give me Tommy time. Where? I think he's lost. How about find a buck? Five. You want five?
Go 8.
Eight, nine. I got a half, now 9. How about 9 and a half? How about $1,000 for it? 175. Now, 1,000, now for it. That's what we're doing.
Half.
72, give it 72. 1100. How about that? On the previous side, give me 11 and a quarter. How about 11 and a quarter? What is here? Quarter half. How about 11 and a half? 11 and a half. That's the economy, right? How about 11 and 50? Gonna go 50, 50, and 50 silver times 11, 25. Online by, right? Here we go, number 10. There's an 09 for the future. All right? Hey, what about 900? How about 900? Here, so we got for much older than a half. How about half? That's 75. How about 75? Only a pound, then a quarter, pound a quarter, right down here, half, 75, 6, now a quarter. And now a half. How about 6 and a half? Quarters here. I need a half, 75, and 7, and a quarter, and a half. How about a half? No, 75, now eat, now a quarter. And a quarter piece, 80, 75, and a half, no, 75, and 9. I got 9 in my quarter, no half. How about that? 75, I gotta go 975. And a thousand, and now a quarter, and now a quarter, and a quarter here, 10 here, and a quarter here out. How about 10 and a quarter down here? Are you ready, sir? Can't tell. Quarter half. How about a half? Down to 50. And a 50, 50, your turn. So yes, okay. And 75, gonna go 1075, 10 and a half. How about 1075? Here we go, 75, 75, here we have solar tap. 1,050 right here, the front row. So what's your number? Pretty exactly, 160. How much? What about how much? What about 5? You said 4 and a quarter half, 75, pound and a quarter. And a half, then you said 75. There you go, 575. 75 on 6, now a quarter, now half, now 75, 7. And it's 7 and a quarter, 7 and a quarter, 7, so we're here, 7 and a quarter, online, half, 75. 75, now eat. How about 800? You're gonna go eat, one quarter, 825, one quarter, half, 8 and a half, now 75. 875. How about 875? And 9? How about 925? How about 925? 9 the back row, 9 the quarter in the bell, 925, and 9 sort of time, the back row. At $900, $900, from a number 139. All right. Number 12. And mark 13 on the 4. You don't keep charge, hold on, man, show me the line, go to the common sense. I got time to go. Now, sir, can I get you to come on up, please? Thank you. All right, here we go. Who got $1,000? You go for it. $5 $6, 7. How about 7, 6, 7, 8. How about 8, 9, 9 there, $1,000 here, 1,100 here, 11 here, 12. How about 12 here, 12 here, 11 and a half, 1 time, 11's over here. About 11 and a half, now 12. How about 12? Watch me, that's your phone. I got 11 and a half, 12 and a half, here, 12 and a half. And 13, now higher, 13, 50. And the 50 here, 13, 150 here, is that yes or no? Can you report? I got 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 13, 75. I got a half, okay. And the 75, now 14, gonna go 14, now a quarter. And a quarter, you're 30, 14 and a quarter, and now a half, and now 75. And 15, we're gonna go 15, 15, and a quarter, now half, okay, fine, now 16, 16, 16, and now a half, and 17, and 17. I can't tell what you're doing. You're gonna be 17, okay, and now a half, 17 and a half, 18, about 18 and a half, 18, 15, 19, about 19, we're gonna go 19, 19, now a half, and 2 grand. How about 2, now half, 2050, 21. How about 21, 21, we're gonna go 1, we're gonna go 1, and a half, and 2, and a half, and 3, and a half, and a half. 23, maybe 23, have a 15, we're gonna go 50, 50, 23, have a 50, every, all the time. So 2,300, right here in the front row. Hey, guys, can I see your buddy? Here, he's got up there someplace. Okay, he's got 166, all right. I hear from the 13, 2014, on the fourth guys, it goes from 135 with each other now, 400 minutes. Hey, let's see here, Saudi type of guy, who was on the time? After Townsend over here, Townsend, there, 12. How about 12 here, you're gonna get 12 pounds here, 12 here, 13, 14, 15. I got 15, 16, 16, give me half that. I got 15 right there, I got a half over here, 16 on mine, no half. I'm gonna have to get all off, I'm gonna have 17, 18, give me a half. So I got 18, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, you guys are all too slow, all three of you guys are slow. 19 and a half, 2 grand. I got 2 grand, and now half. I got a half, guys, what do we got? I got a half, not one. I got 21, 21, for one, so that will be, so it won't have you, 21 and a half, 2. I got 2 to the back, now half. And 3, you're gonna go 3, 23, now half, give me half. Half, 24, half, 4, half. You're a little bit slow, you have to step slow, half, 5. How about 25, 24 and a half, 5? How about 25 and a half, 25, 20, I got 24 and a half, 25, on mine, now half. How about half? I got 25 up here. How about 25, 15, you gotta go 50, 15, you got 50, 15, let's say it's not 15. On side at 26, 26 out of the 50, you got 50, 50, 26 out of the 50. And the 50, 50, 50, now send it, 127, 27, 27, 26 and a half here online. How about 27, no, sorry, thanks. 26, 50 online, okay, 15, 45. Right? Okay, fine, now a quarter. I'm a quarter here, 3 here, 3 quarters. I got 3, I got a quarter. I got 3, you got 52, 3, 3 and a quarter, and a quarter, so, $300 for 106 tomorrow. 15, no, right? You know, so years, we're gonna find it. I'm gonna be, time to go. How about 500 bucks? You want 5? He wants 3. 3 and a quarter pounds, 75. And 4. How about 4? Gonna get 4. Take your word. How about $400 here now? Quarter in the quarter here. Now, 75. Not 500. 5 line and a quarter. We got 5 up here. Quarter there on site. Now, only 15. Gonna go 15. This is 75. $600. Give me 6. Here you go. 6 and a quarter. And a quarter. 600. 6 and a quarter. Quarter and a half, 6 and a half, not 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 675, yes, sir. And 75, not 7, 7 and a quarter. On side at 7, 7 and a quarter, guys. How about 7 and a quarter? Do you do a quarter, yes or no? How about 7 and a quarter, then I still be on site. That's $700, $700. 111 divided, 1 divided. We're 16, 7. How about 900 bucks? How about 500 bucks? You want 5? You want 475, 5 and a quarter, where are you, 40 pounds, 75. How about 75, 6, $600 and a quarter, 625. How about 625, only 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 75. How about 675, you're gonna go 75, 675, 75, 7, 7 and a quarter. How about quarter, hey, look at me. How about 7 and a quarter, now I'm here, 50, not 50, not 75. How about 75, 7, 75, only 7 and a half online. How about 7, 75, we, 8, now a quarter, 825. How about 825, 800 here, guys. How about this, quarter, here, 1, 2, summertime. $800, on 31 a month. And, and here's number 17. We have a minute when we do here. Hey, you got about 800. How about $800? $800 to a quarter, he wants 6, 6 and a quarter, 6 and a half, 75. How about 75? 675. 675, 7. How about 7, 7, 7 here on, 7 here, need a quarter. Wrong line of 7. How about 7 a quarter, 7 and a half? How about a half, 7 and a half, 7 a quarter, 7 and 50, 50, 50, 7 and 50. How about a 50, 7 and 50, 50, 50, and a 7, 7 on site. 7 and a quarter, 8 5. I really fine. I got you, give it a quarter, give it a half. I got you 150, you got 50, let's see one time. How much is 150, 75, crazy, crazy, and we're going to three, back in the three. Three and a quarter, no half. How about a half? 75, quarter, now a quarter. And a quarter, now we get there, I got quarter, quarter. How about quarter, now a half, quarter, 50, 50, 50, 450, quarter. A half, 75 pounds. How about 5? How about 5 to the matter? How about 5? Yes, sir. Thank goodness. How about 5 here? Silver thing. 75 online. Here we go. Number 19 over here. See here. Let's see.
Does it?
Got a little. We're not sure it's the window on this now. But that's the wrong car.
Is that the wrong car?
That's the wrong car. It's marked number 20.
Yeah, they messed it up.
Again? Okay. All right, number 19, what do you call this? Car number 19, 104, right?
Yeah, so.
$80 for the T-shirt? My list is kind of messed up. Okay, fine. No problem. Alrighty, fine. We'll make it work. All right, here we go. Give me time of the bucks. 370 top 4. Head 4, not quarter. Got 4 here, we got quarter, not quarter, not quarter here, we need quarter here. No, I'm saying 4, 4 and a quarter here, nice one. Thanks. At $400 for the money number each tomorrow. 25, number 20, 17, qualifier. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, fine. You say that, to about 800. I got thousands better. 13, 14, 15. I got 15, you're gonna go 15 and a half, 15, 50. I got 15 over, you got a half on site, 16. But 16 and a half, 17, no, 18 and a half, 2 grand, 21. I got a 1, now 2, now 3, now 4, now 5, 26, 26, 27, 28, 29, 3 grand, 31, 32, 33, 34, 34, 33, 34 dash. How about 34? Okay, no 5, no 6, 1 6, and 7. How about 7, 7, 8, 38, we're gonna go 809, we're gonna go 9 here now. I got 39, 4 grand, 4 grand, 41, I got 41 already, that's all. 41, 42, 42, 41's on my guys, 42, that's your make up. 2, 3, 42, 43, 43, 43, yes, no, 3, 4, 44, 45, 45, 44 on this side now. I got 5 on line, 46, 46, you guys are all, 46, how about 46 and a numbers, and we have 4,500 on line, 4,500 numbers on line, so. Right, number 21, it's an old 7, family package model. I got time to go on that one. All right, how about $500? Yeah, seven a quarter, 7 and a half. I got a half, 75. How about 75? I got 7, 775. 775, 775, 75, and we saw it back. 750, number 8 to mile, number 8 to mile, right? Here we got number 118. 135 to the Keystone. How about 2 grand? How about 2 to go? We said 1,011 upon 13, 14, 15. I got on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 200, 21, 22. Hey, 2 now, 3 now, 4, what do you say now? 5 now, 6 now, 7, 28, 29, 29, 3 grand, 31, 31, I got 3 grand, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 35, 36, 36, 37, 38. I'm at 8, minus 37, 38, 9, 4 grand, 41, 41, I got 4 grand up front, 41 on line, 42, 3. How about 43, minus 42, 43, how about 43, you gotta go 3, 3, 4, 44, 45. How about 45, 45, 46, 7, 47, 48. How about 48, minus 47 here, 48 here, 49 here, 5,000. How about 5, we gotta go 5, we gotta go 5, now 1, 51, 2. Number 2, one is on the side again, 51, 52. How about 52, you're gonna win, get it up. How about 52, and 9, 7, on the front row. Yeah, 50, 100, 5100, 60, you'll come on up. All right, you'll be ready, number 43, here comes. Yeah, we got a killer pro card, guys, and let's take it on, shit. $4 guys, share with the mind, how much? Share with about 800. 8 and about 5, 5 and a half, 6, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, and 8, 8 and a half, 850, 9, and go 9, 8 and a half here, and 9. I got 9, no high, 9 and a half, 1,000, 1,000 and a half, 1,050, and 11. 11, not 15, I'm gonna go 50, 15, 50 quarter. How about 11 quarter, no 9, no half, no 75. How about 75, alongside 11 and a half, 75, 12, 11 and quarter. 9 and a quarter, throws over here. How about 12 and a quarter? 12 and a half, 12 and a half, 75, 13 and a quarter, and a half, 13, 50, 13, 25, 13, that's all the Gucci points you're gonna miss out. I got 13 and a quarter, 13, 150, 50, and I saw the time. 13, 25, but I'm gonna keep the Bible. Here's number 24, which is 5, 80 for the pizza, you're wrong, I'm on the medic. About 900, they got about 2, 6, 3, 4, 5, 4 and a half times. I got 5, no half, 5 and a half, I got 5 back there, 5 and a half, 6, 6, now a quarter, now 71, 7 and a quarter, and a half, 8 and a half, and 9 and a half, and 1,000 and a half, and 11 and a half, and 12. Well, and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 14 and a half, 14, 50. And 50, 50, 1,450 here, right here, 15, 15, no half. How about a half? I got 15 over there, 15 and a half. Is that a yes or no? A half, 16, 16, no half. How about 1,650, no, 17, over 17, no half. How about a half? Say your turn, 17 and a half. 17, 150, 50, 50, and about 50 and 9, I'm gonna sell it, 1,700, number 8 is about it. I saw it. How about now for the retire? Once again, retire. I can work on. I got one here, I got 7 here, 8 here, 9 here. How about 9? Give me quarter, half, 75, 875. 875, now 9, 900, no 9, we're gonna go 9, a quarter, and a half, and 75, and 1,000, and 1,000, give. I got 1,000, a quarter, now half. How about a half? I got a quarter right there, and a half. How about 1,050, we're gonna go 50, 50, 1,050, and 50, 50, that's it all. I got a hundred and silver, kind of like that. 1,025, 1,025, 164, body, come on up. Yes, sir. Basically, you don't have an answer, but around, we put about 1,000 bucks a car. 1,000, there, come on, 13, 13, 13, who said yeah? Yeah, 13. You guys are all together, right? Okay, but you guys are 13, 14? How about 14, 14, get a hand, 13, 15, 13 right here. How about 13, 150, 75, 14, 14, 14, let's hold it, a hand, 50, 14, 15. And now 75, we're gonna go 75, 15, 15, 15 and a half, 16 and a half. How about a half, 16 right here, 8 and a half, you old ladies, hold up, 16 and a half. How about a half, 17, we're gonna go 17, wrong side, 16 and a half. 17, 17 and a half, 18, 18, on the box shot, 18, 18, no half, 18 and a half, I got 18 here, I got a half there, 19, How about 19? We go 19. Now how about that? 19's over here. 19 out of 50. And that's 50. Now two grand. You're gonna get two here. 2 times $10. Now how? 29 more. How about 21? Now, 21 and a half. 21's here. How about 21, 15? We're gonna go 50, 50, 50, 50. We sold the tank. Online, 2100. All right, here we go with number 20. $10. Right, for the $100, what do you say here? This is here. It's kind of, right? Here we go, what do you say here? Say, what about 1,000? How about 1,000 to go? You want 1,000?
How about 4?
4 grand. Oh, that's too much. 41. I got a quarter, half. 4 and a half, or 71. How about 75? Now 5, now a quarter, 6, now a quarter, now half. How about a half? 6 and a quarter here, 6 out of 50. And at 50, 50, you're gonna go 50, and 50, you're gonna balance, 6 out of 50, and I sort of thing. 625, and the feet is mine, here's. Here becomes the same. Here becomes the center, right? On the end, what do? How about time to go, time to go, time of the bucks, you want straight, 3 and a quarter. How about 3 and a quarter, half, now 75, now 75, now quarter, now half. How about a half, here's a half, now 75, now 6. How about 600, 600, now 40, now 100, 50, 75, 7, now quarter, now half. How about a half, one side, 7 and a quarter, 7 and a half, 75, eat, 100, now we're here, eat, now quarter, now. How about 150 now, 75, 100 down, you're gonna go 9. And now quarter here, you're gonna have 950. And the 50, 50, now half, now 75, now 1,000. Have a time to go quarter here, now half, 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, now 75. How about 75, now you spend the half. How about 1075, you're gonna go 75, 75, you sold the time. 1,050 on. Good. All right, here we go, let's see, we should here, I'll pick up that. All right, there it is, to the $100, to the $1, $30 fee charge, all right, we're about $1,000, we said 9, 9.5. I got a hand here now, 1,000 here, hand here, 50, 50, I go 50, 50, 50, 11, 50, are you gonna 11?
Got 11 and a half, 4.
11 and a half, that's all. How about 12? 11 and a half here in the middle, 12. How about 12 here, 12, 1175, pound 12, now a quarter, now half, and a half, I guess I'm gonna go down, 12 and a half. How about 1250, that's 1250, okay, 75, we're gonna go 1275. How about 1275, we're gonna go 75, all off, 75, 13. How about 13, we're gonna go 13, 1300. How about 13, we're gonna go 13, 13, yes or no?
Second one, 13.
He said the old lady woke up, 13, not quarter, a quarter, 13 and a quarter. You got a pink purse, 13, 13 and a quarter, sold it for the pink purse. So $1,300 online. All right, guys, number 30, here comes some other. All right, insurance, so they'll run on here, anybody hungry? I got 3 and a quarter, and a quarter here, 3 and a quarter. A quarter here, wake up. I got quarter half, 3 and a half, 75. So 4, that's even better. My 4 and a half, 4 and a half. I got 450, 4 and a quarter, online, 450. And the 50, 50, the 50, I'm a single 4. You got 450? And the 75? Now 5? That's number 30, sir. How about 5 here, 500, that's like a million, I sold the thing. 475, number 6, about this is my, here's number 31, hey, here we go. Hey, $4, another minute, sugar around, each 9. How about 9 here, 8.5, now 9, 75 pounds, not over, now half. How about 175 pounds, $2 here, not over, here, quarter. How about over here, now 75, here, 75, 11, and now a quarter. How about 11 a quarter, now 75, now quarter. How about quarter, in the right, 12 and a quarter. How about a quarter, now 75, 75, 75, plus 75, 13. How about 13? We're gonna go 13, not quarter, 13.5, what a half. How about 13, 15? Come on, guys, let's go. 75. How about 75? We're gonna go 75 at 14. How about 14? Now here's sitting up here, 14 and a quarter. And a 14 and a half. 14, how about 50? Run up 50, 50, 75, 15 and a half. Where? 15, 50. And 16, 16 and a half, 16, 15, 17. How about 17? There's no point in not belittling this, guys. Just do it, okay? 17 and a half, 18. 18. Stand up and good like a real man. 17 and a half, 18. 18 and a half. How about 18, 15? There go 50, 50, 15, 15, here we so 10. 1800 online, right? Here we go. 32, Saturday. Okay, guys, for how to run, so we play around, time and time. How much time to go? Time to go. We're gonna go find here, time to go. Sign up.
800.
I got
It's missing the motor. It's missing the motor. It's missing the motor.
no motor?
No motor.
No problem.
Oh, I gotta stop that.
Yeah.
These guys are bidding, and there's no motor.
No motor. Okay, guys, we're calling this 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe with no engine, okay? All right, V 75. We're gonna go 9. We're gonna go 9. 9 here, 9 here. You want 9? No? You're at 75.
I got 875 on it.
Silver tank, 875 online, okay? Here we go. You set the engine for it. All right, so we're going on administrative on here.
Understood, sir. Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay, cool. No, I understand. Alright, he wanted 7.5 minutes after that. Okay, cool. Understood.
Okay, here we go. 3307 Camry car, guys. Water on that man, straight around, who would have found that? I got down to go here. What's it? I got thousand here, how much pound here, fine, it's okay. I got five around, I get five, three to quarter. I got three here, what's that? You got 2.5? 250.
Yeah, Richard.
275, 75, 75, oh, okay, fine, so what's that? Yeah, $250, number 6, 34. 92, five here. How much two to the quarter? How much to the quarter here, to the quarter? How much normally I have, that's 75, then 3 to the quarter, with a hand, 75. Then 400, not 4, but 4, that's your work card. How much 400, 400, you're gonna go 4, here, 4 and a quarter, and a half. How about a half, or 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, 450. I'm a 450, 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, and I sort of thing. 425, and 60 is mine. Okay, no problem. Next one is gonna be 35. 35.
Okay, that last one was the 425 to number 6.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm 35 car now, guys. That's the 05 Toyota Highlander. All right, guys, hey, about to for on the minute, straight around, about 1,000. I got down to go. What's that? 1,011. How about 11? They're gonna give me 1,100. How about 11? I got 1,013. Oh, you get 11? Well, how about 13, 13, 14? We're gonna get 14. 15, 16, 16, 17. How about 17? Let me have that. 16 and a half, 16 right here. How about 16? Have that 50, the 50, 50 over here. 17 and a half, 18, 18, 18 and a half, 18, 50, 18's over here, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 19 and a half over here, 2 grand. How about two? You got your both off. How about two? Money's in line, 19 and a half. I got 2 grand here. There you go. How about 20, 50, you gotta go 50, 50, $2,000, 2,000, 50, 20, 50, you gotta go 56, 21 on the front row, yes, sir. 21 and a half here, 22. How about 22? 2 and a half, 22 and a half, 23. How about 23? You gotta go 30, 23 now. And a half, there you go. I got 23 and a half, 24, 24, now half. I got a half, he's 24 here. How about 24, how about 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, not 5, 50, you're gonna go 50, not 6. How about 26, 25 and a half, 26, and a half. How about a half, and now 7, you're gonna go 7, now half, 27 and a half, 28. How about 28, your turn, 28. How about 28, 28, number here, and now half, to 9. How about 29, 28 and a half right here. How about 29, the number 9, half, and we're going to have some 3, 3 grand. How about 3, you're gonna get 3 grand, now 1, 31, sir, now 2. How about 32, minus 31, 32. How about 32, 32, 200, here we have solar, here in the front row. At 3,100. So what's your number, Greg?
I can take a look.
Number 21, 21, or
We had it for another 50. No, not the one with the water. I'm sorry, who's my bid over here?
Right, we called him, he fucked up, he said.
Okay, that's, yeah. No.
No.
I messed up. Yeah.
Hey, we're good to go. Hey, Bobby, 21. Hey, sir. Sir, can I get you to get in line up here? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I here's 36, there's a 99, Honda CRV values, okay? Quarter of Honda values, second line here, who would have put 900? There he is, my 41, high, 75. How about 975? We said, yeah, 9,000. 1,000, 975 inside. 1,000. And a pound to go, 1 pound to go now, 40 now, and we're back on site.
I got a quarter online.
Quarter online, 75. How about 75? How about 75? And now we got 11 on site, and a quarter. How about 11 and a quarter? He's 11 over here. How about 11 and a quarter? How about 11 and a quarter? 3 and a half, that's 75. How about 75? Mommy's 11 and a half, 75 pounds. All right, good job, and a quarter. And a quarter burns over here. How about 12 and a quarter? And a quarter, yes or no? How about 12 and a quarter? And a quarter here? We have quarter now. I can't see. 12 and a half, okay? And 75? I do. How about 12.75? We're on site, 12 and a half here. How about 12.75? We're gonna go 75, 75. Now 13. Well, 75 here online. How about 13? We're gonna go 13. We're out on 13. Summertime. Oh, 75 online. We got it, right? 37. This is on. We'll get $500. We'll get $500. You said 3 and a quarter. I got 3 and a quarter and a half. I got 3 and a quarter, you get 40, you're 3 and a half, you get 50, 50, you're gonna go 54 and a quarter, yes, sir. How about 450, you're gonna go 50, 50, 450, yeah, 9, so much that. 425, and then you number 8, 38, is 107, okay, 4 on the net, 7 on here, I'm a 3 and a quarter. I'm a 3 and a quarter. I'm a 3 and a quarter. Half now, 75. I'm gonna go 75. 3 and a half. I got 4 and a quarter. 4 and a half. 75 and a quarter. And a half. And a half. That's 76. And a half. Quarter and a half. 6 and a quarter. 6 and a half. 675. I'm gonna go 75. 7 and a quarter. And a half. 7 and a half. 7 and a quarter. Half. 8. How about 850 over here, 75, we're outside, 8 and a half, 75, 9, I have 9, not quarter, 25, and then say it 9. How about 9 and a quarter, hey, there you go. How about 9 and a quarter, and a half? I got a half, what is it about? How about 950, 950, 50, 950, 50, 75, I'm not on the side. and 1,000, I have 975, take 1,000. 1,000, and 1,000 go when we have solar tank, 975, 75. Sir, you see it? 23, okay, come on up, please, all right, here we go. It's on, okay, right, 400 minutes, and let's see here, I have to hook up, we're gonna have to hook up the front end, really good. And let's see here, not, I couldn't kill. Six and a half. How about 650, 50, you're gonna go 50, 650 here, quarters. 75, good 7, 6, 75, 7, not quarter. And what quarter is 7.5, 75? How about 75, 7.5 on line? 775, 75, 75, one sold. It's already gone, hold the front, 750, number 10, the buyer, number 10, the buyer. All right, here we go, number 40, here we go with the and make 4 runs, 4 on, not a minute. How much time to go? Time to go. You gotta go 500 here. 9, you want 5? No, you want 3? 3 to 4. I got 3, 3 to 4, 4.5, 5. You gotta go 5, not half. How about a half? Round set at 5. How about a half? Quarter? Half? 75? And 6? 6, now quarter, now half, 6 and a half. How about a half? 675, now 7, 700. How about 7, now quarter, now half, 750. And the 50, 75, now we, 800, now we, and the quarter, 845, but a half, 850, now we, 75, and 9, 900. And the quarter, 845, but a half, 50, 75. How about 75, and 1,000. And the quarter, I got quarter and a half, 75. How about 75? They don't touch it much now. Then 75, 1100, not 11, not quarter. And the quarter, debit a quarter, debit's over here. How about a quarter, down here, and I, over time. 1100, I forgot the number there. So that's, 164. Number 4197. 150 guys, super pretty truck there, super dead, okay? 200 minutes, we're gonna run out here, we're gonna put a pound inside, nice little truck. I got 5, 6, 75, 6. I got 6, now a quarter. I got 600, 6 and a quarter, and a quarter, 625, gonna go 25, 625, and now 600, number 60 tomorrow, number 117, it's on all. 430, this one, hold on a minute. Take a look at it. 1,000. Well, how about 5 then? How about 5? Oh, this is what, how about 6 and a half, 7. How about 7, 1 and a half, half, 8, 800, 7 and a half, 8 and a half. Well, I'm ready, 8 and a half, a quarter, half, 8 and a half, 75, now 9, now quarter, now 25 and a half. And 75, and 1,000, and a quarter, and a half. And over here on 75, 1100 and a quarter. I got 11 here, 11 a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter here, 11 a quarter, and a half, that's 75. How about 75? He's 11 and a half, 75, 12, and a quarter, and a quarter. I have 12, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. How about 175? We're going to go 75, 75. How about, I got 12 and a half, I get. 12, 75, 13, the 13. Online, not quarter, and a quarter half. How about 130, 15, 15, 75, 14, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, give me half. Do 14 and a quarter, 14 and a half, they're up. And a 50, right here now, 75, 75, 15. How about 15, 14, 75, 15, 15, now half. I got a half, 16. How about 16, minus 16 and a half, 16. How about 16, is gonna be 16, is gonna be 16, and minus solar time right here. For 50, 50, and we'll catch this money. Number 1, 3. This is an old 4, how do you 4 that? What time is that? Well, he said 3 and a quarter. I'm not 3 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, 75, 75, 3, 75. 4. How about four? We're gonna get four. You're not gonna play. We're gonna get four. You're out. How about $400 in the summer time? 375 number six. Number 44. This sounds like we need $400. So we're gonna do. How about the I got 44 in the hand, I got quarter in the hand, I get 50 to 75, in the five. How about five? On site, 75. I do. And five. How about five? And a quarter, like 5 and a half. We'll go 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, now 75, 6. How about six? Give me six, what do you say? And a quarter, 44. 6 and a quarter in the half. I got a quarter on site, 6 and a half. 6 and a half, 650, 650, gonna go 50 now, 75, 7. How about 7? How about 7? If you're 7 here, 7, what do you say? How about 7 numbers, 7 numbers, give you 7 and I, other thing. 675, number 4 is my, 75, and I wait. I'm here, how about 90 bucks? How about 90 bucks? She said 3 and a half and 4, 75 4, and a quarter pound, 75. I got 5 and a quarter. How about 5 and a quarter and a quarter here? 5 and a quarter, yes or no? How about 5 and a quarter? Yes. Quarter hand, give me 50, 50, we're gonna go 50, 5 and a half. We'll go 515, we're gonna go 50, 50, and 9. Number 10. 5 and a quarter, number 6, divide, 6, divide, number 6. Here's number 46. I hear you on 13. 13, hey, you're not, man, quarter out of that, so you're around here, so we have to be 1,000. How about down the road, 7, 8, how about 8, half, quarter, half. I was 7 quarter here, 7 and a half, 9, 75, 9, 8, 8, and a quarter, 8, 75, 8, quarter and a half. 850, 75, 99, we're gonna go 9, 875, back row. How about 99, we're gonna go 9, not quarter, 9 here. How about the quarter here, and the quarter here, out. How about the quarter here, quarter, half. How about half, here's one quarter right here, yes sir. How about 950, 950, 50, I have a 50, what do you say guys? How about 950, 9, on the spot, 9, 25, number 8 is 100 here. Let's see, on the opposite end, here we go, the 1100. And I got a quarter in the house, 75 4, my quarter. A quarter here, the quarter, was only a quarter, a quarter, nothing. Got a quarter, yeah, I do, quarter, days in the middle. I got a 50, 75, 500, not 5, I got 5 and a quarter. And a quarter pounds here, need a quarter, guys, so we're not 50. And a 50, 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, 50, 75, 75. I got 5 and a half. 575 on the number. 575, no, sorry, thank you. 58, number 6 is 48, 20. Right? What do you say? It is just a little bit. But people, go. Oh, you're gonna give about $500. All right, I got 2, wow, 2 and a quarter. How about 2 and a quarter half? I got 253, 3 and a quarter half, 70, half, and 75. How about 75, 4, you got 4 and a quarter, and a quarter, and a half, you should get 4 and a half, you should quarter here, half here on line, 475, not 5. How about $5? You gotta go 5, I can do that, not 5. How about 5? 50. Let's 50, you're gonna go 50, 50, 50, what do you say? 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half. How about hand here, we have silver thing. For 5 and a quarter, number 8, 9, 49, 7. For I should have run, 800. What's the number? How about 4, 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half? I got 15, we go 54, 50. How about 75? How about 72? Oh, 75, 5. How about 5 and a quarter, 5 and a half, 5 and a quarter here. Now 75, I'm gonna go 75, five and a half. How about 75, six, my quarter, 625, and a half, 650. How about 650, 50, I'm gonna go 50, okay, now, 75, I'm gonna go 75, good for that. And 77, what do you say, 700? And a quarter, meter, 100 feet, a quarter, that's the way. How about 7 a quarter, and a half, like this, here you go. 75, 800. How about 800? Ready, ready, ready. He says, no, it's a sold, 775, online. Okay, here's 50 colors, and 32, right? We do, but on four, half, now five, and a half, six, and seven, and a half, and eight, and a half, and nine, and a half, nine here, 9.5, now 1,000, and a half, 2.5. I got, if you're gonna bid, you gotta put your hand up. I got 10,000 there, 1,050. So yes, okay, now 11. How about 11? But down here, down east, and behind that. How about 75, okay, how about that, not quarter. How about here on site? 11 a quarter, online, 11.5, 75. How about 75, 11.75, 11.5 over here. How about 11.75, 11.75, 11.75, and summer tank for 1150 on site, 1150. Second number back there, number 137. One is 92, I need to go run on the bench. I was playing the bench, I go run, 85, 3.5, 4. I got 75, 400. And then I'm going to have 50, I'm gonna go 50, 450. 4.25, 4.5. I got 450, 75, 500 down, we're gonna go find what you see. How about 500, 500, and we quarter, 525, money. Quarter, half. How about 550? How about 50 quarters? How about 550, 50, and 75? We're gonna go 75, or 75. How about 75? How about 75? No? So, that's 550 on line, 550 on, 52. That is the verse. We have quarter on the line, and what do you say here? All right, here we go, we're gonna about 800, 800, two and a half, three. I got 75, three, and a quarter, and a half, three, pound, and a quarter, and a half, three, 50, 50, gonna go 50, 50, 75, gonna go 75. And say, quarter half, 6.5, 75, gonna go 75. 75, 7, and 7, 50. How about 7, not quarter, and a half. How about a half, 7, goes here, 7.5 over here. How about 50 online, 75, 800. How about you guys? How about you, what about, how about me, now quarter, 825, 870 online, 825, 825, 825, 25, half. Give me half, I want a quarter here, I need a half. A half, 75, here we go. 8.5 here, 875, 875, no? Silver thing, 850, 850 online. All right, guys, thank you very much for coming out tonight. Don't forget, pay your bills. And we'll see you next Thursday. We'll do it all over again, okay?
You did all right. Now we guys figure out. All right, so I just bid